All right, in our second segment today, Real Estate 101, sponsored by the Coastal team of Keller Williams Pacific Estates. This talented group of real estate professionals will give you the 411 and be there if you need the 911 during your home buying or selling process. Give them a call at 562-888-0404. All right, let's talk topic. Know your neighborhood morning, noon, and night. I like this one. Frank, I think this is one topic that you brought up, wasn't it?
I like
Absolutely.
This is something that I'll bet, I'm going to go on a limb here, and you tell me if I'm right. 5% of buyers do exactly what we're going to suggest that they do.
Probably 5% of the other agents' buyers, not my buyers.
Not my buyers, not Big Frank.
I learned early on. I mean, once you buy that house, there are certain things that a seller may not disclose to you. Do they really feel that they have to tell you that the neighbor across the street on Saturdays opens up his garage and fixes his Harley, and who knows what goes around the neighborhood?
So
I had a question about
beyond
this.
morning, noon, and night. You're saying Monday through Sunday as well.
As much as possible, I usually tell my buyers to take a good 2-day off from work.
Yeah.
Or actually, maybe a Friday and a Saturday. Go there in teams together, break it up however, but go in the morning and sit there for an hour or so when people are leaving for work, kids are going to school.
Right.
Come back later in the afternoon when people are coming home from work, kids are coming home from school, and then go back later in the evening, especially on the weekends, and sit and watch and listen to what's going on in the neighborhood.
And I know where you're going with this, but explain to the people who are listening or watching the video why they need to do this.
Well, because you want to know exactly the noise level, the foot traffic, what the foot traffic is, what the noises are, what the cause of the noises are.
Where's that noise coming
there are
from?
so many things that go on in the neighborhood that you can't tell just by going on that quiet Sunday afternoon.
Let me tell you, there's some kids that play outside my bedroom window. So summertime is just, and they're like the good kids that actually go out and they don't play Nintendo all day or whatever you guys play nowadays.
Nintendo? Nice.
Whatever you guys play.
Kids,
It's
miss, I'm turning 31.
some stupid acronym online role-playing games or something.
But yeah,
PPLOPX online. I don't know.
There's one little kid that goes, Jacob.
So basically, you could go and find out things that you wouldn't have known otherwise, and then after you signed, seal, delivered,
Absolutely, because you can
and the guy next door is in a garage
you can
band.
you can make improvements to a home. You can do all these things to that home in that isolated lot of yours, but you can't very well make repairs to the neighborhood overnight.
Hey, question. This actually came up.
Yeah.
Lindsay and I were wondering this. If I have kind of like a pet cemetery in my backyard, if I sold the home, do I have to disclose that?
A pet.
You know what? I'll have to
cemetery,
look
two
into
turtles,
that. That's the first time I've ever
two
heard
turtles
of
and
I
a
know.
parakeet.
it.
And I couldn't answer the question. I was like, I don't know.
I likely would.
Mr. Wiggles
because
is
they're-
buried in the
because,
back.
because
Hey.
people get spooked over
Xena, Spot, they're all back there.
off of any kind of
Oopsie.
possible entity or haunting or anything like that, whether it be human
Gotcha.
or animal.
Being haunted by a Pomeranian.
Yeah, there's a
Hey, man.
Comes into my room at night and
Poopsie
goes.
was kind of a diva.
I feel something brushed by my ankle.
yeah.
This was a total serious conversation I had this weekend.
Yeah.
Well, and this is something that.
Are you talking on topic or are
No,
we
I'm
talking
on
about
topic.
spot in
I'm
the
trying to
backyard?
bring it back together.
Thanks, bringing
I'm
it back.
trying to bring this back
Yeah,
around.
Thank you, Scott.
Nestled
Was a very
Good for Scott.
there's a very euphoric environment around purchasing a home. It's a very highly emotional state, and it really is a honeymoon period.
I had a girlfriend like that once.
Well, after she stops becoming your girlfriend and then you're married with her and you got to wake up with her every day, the first time you walk by and she's in the bathroom with the door open.
And no makeup.
It's the first time she farts in front of you.
Oh, God, that's the worst.
So, no,
I knew you were going to go there.
This is what the neighborhood's going to do. The neighborhood's going to
The
leave the
neighborhood's
bathroom.
just like a spouse.
It
Oh
is.
my
It's a
God.
marriage.
It's gonna-
And sometimes it's even harder to get rid of a house in this environment than it is to get rid of a
A
marriage.
girlfriend.
Yeah. So I mean,
Yeah.
you've got to take that into consideration. That's why this is such a valuable conversation. And a real estate agent that's just out there trying to get that commission check is probably not going to advise you to take your time and make sure that this is something you're really going to fall in love with and you know what you're getting yourself into.
Frank, how many people do it? What percentage of your buyers that you suggested to go do it?
I'd say a pretty large percentage, because I really stress that, we can fix the home. There are a lot of things that we can do, but we can't fix the neighborhood. So I really need you to understand your surroundings. I mean,
Man, I just think that's rare.
And I've had many a buyer come back and say, thank you so much.
That was my next question.
Because you wouldn't believe what happens on Friday night. And, I thought living near and nothing against it, but I thought living so close to a college would add so much value to my home. But little did I realize that half the block are rented out to fraternities or whatever, or whatever.
Hey, the best thing that could possibly happen to you is the cop pulls up and says, hey, one of the neighbors reported that there was something suspicious outside. So that's it. Buy immediately if that happens.
Yeah, right.
Because you've got a good neighborhood watch program out there. They care.
And it doesn't matter.
There's somebody sitting outside the house.
It doesn't matter the home prices in that neighborhood
either.
either. It doesn't matter the home prices in that neighborhood. It could be a higher end neighborhood that just
weird
is very
things
noisy.
can go on, and you won't know unless you do the morning, noon, and night thing, and do a Friday and a Saturday. Matt, you're taking some time out of your day, which I know is going to be hard for people to do.
And especially people in this market now.
Can't you also go down to the police station, get a activity report?
You could go, I mean,
they won't tell you about the garage band.
I actually
unless
had clients.
No, not the garage band, but you can get calls.
You can in general they'll
Dispatches.
at least find out any incidents in your home to who knows what. I mean, vandalism, things like that.
And we learned today, always find out if there's a pet cemetery in the back.
Yes, absolutely.
Ask if there's a pet cemetery.
If you care. All my kitties were very friendly, except Poopsie.
Yeah.